Okay, here's part 2. Pardon the mess. No, that's not pee. It's electrolyte. Okay. To start off with, I'm going to take out this voltmeter right here. I'll put it over here. Alright, and shall turn it. It's a fluke meter, old one. I'll turn it on to volts DC. Positive. I'm going to put right there on my necklace, so that it's making its contact is inside there. All right, now how much DC voltage should there be on a person? I kind of wonder, right? Should there be any? I mean, there's probably AC from radio and whatever signals in the air moving around there, making good contact. I'm sure you can see that. Okay, now that's at my hand, my right hand. There's my left hand. The place that it really gets me, though, is between my neck and where I have the Morgellons issues. The temples, my ears, the sides of my head, my medulla oblongata, those areas, all around your brain, all around your sensor areas, eyeballs, corners of my eyes, eyebrow thingies. There's my right eyebrow, 0.2 volts DC standing. There it is, between my neck and my eyebrow. That seems a bit funky. What about my other eyebrow? I'll try that one. Similar reading. You poke around and find certain spots that are even better connected. It gets even higher. Okay, how about my ears? Because that's really the number one spot, was around my ears. So this is like here. I hope that's coming in right. There's 203. Here, my temple. 2.54. I guess 32. Occipital lobes. The point being that all over my body, between my positively charged neck and anywhere else, there's standing voltage. And most of it, the highest voltages are in the areas where I have the swelling, the discoloration, the Morgellons hairs, the fuzzy white fiber stuff, the black superfine hairs like this coming right now on my arm. There's all those little lines. My hair's not that fine. Those are like nanometer thick hairs. Super fine. Anyway, where the throbbing is, like in my wrist. There it is pulsing. When it pulses there, it's pulsing at my elbow too. It's pulsing at my armpit. It's pulsing at my neck. It's pulsing at every point down my spine. It's pulsing at my ass. It's pulsing at my knees. It's pulsing at my ankles. It's pulsing at my toes. All at the same time. So if you know someone who has Morgellons, they're like, oh yeah, it's just your pulse. Yeah, should my pulse be going 100 to 120 beats a minute when I'm just sitting there doing nothing, and it should cause me to feel, vertigo and brain fog and difficulty, thinking or doing anything for no particular reason? That's just how people are. It makes a lot of sense, right? Whatever. So, back to the point here. Okay. So that was just to show, that was all to show that there is a DC voltage standing in my body between certain points. Here's the crown of my head and my neck. I wonder what it does if I go to my toe instead. I mean, greater distance. This is my left temple in the front there. Temple, temporary storage of electricity. Let's see. See, I disconnected the positive here. Let's put it on my toe. Very similar. Oh, yeah, it's still positively charged too, like my neck. So you turn them around. and you get reverse voltage. So this isn't just this isn't just anomalies. This is a reverse, definitely a steady held charge inside my body. Now, the way you make a battery is you take two dissimilar metals and have them connected through a medium, which is called the electrolyte, and the medium needs to be such that it can interact with both substances and transfer ions between them. I'm not going to try and explain that because I probably can't. But those are the basics. You make a battery. Any two dissimilar metals create a DC battery. We're not supposed to have DC charge standing inside of our body. We're not metallic creatures. And there's a conspiracy theory going around that metals are being put into all the food and the water and the air, from fluoride and whatever. I'm adding chlorine. Definitely chlorine. We're loaded with it. Chlorine, fluoride. And then aluminum, barium, and strontium. Kimberly and her Kimberly T. Rails is taking care of that. So people think, oh yeah, I feel fine. There's nothing going on there. Yeah, you feel fine until 10 years go by, and then you don't feel fine. And anybody who's that short-sighted is going to be screwed, which is most everybody. So most everybody being screwed means we're all screwed, thanks to most everybody being dumb as a box of rocks, is what I think. Anyway, so I showed the standing voltages inside my body. Dissimilar metals to make a battery. There's dissimilar metals stored in my body between my neck, my toe, my head, or wherever you find a standing DC charge. That means there's dissimilar metals in those places. So I've inhaled or breathed or ate or drank enough of these metals, and my immune system has separated them and put them in places where it can store them, which unfortunately creates a battery situation. So there's charge transferring back and forth between these 2 points all the time. Now if I walk through a highly charged electrical field and it's altering the overall charge of these 2 points intermittently as the frequency goes through me from, say, a tower of some sort or a radio station, as that wave passes through going plus minus, it's going to alternate the overall charge of the 2 DC points, and they're going to start transferring electrons back and forth inside my body because of the third frequency going over it. It's called ripple in electronics, like on a transformer. When you make a bridge rectifier, you rectify it to DC, but if you check on the AC setting, you'll see there's a little bit of AC still, and you have to do things to get rid of that. That's called AC ripple. Well, an AC ripple in this situation, I'm going to say, is going to excite those 2 points of the batteries that are built inside of our bodies now, since we breathed in all the metals and ate and drank all the metals required to become a battery. Do you think that's by accident? We accidentally became batteries. They accidentally discovered the 5G, and they accidentally built it everywhere, and people are just accidentally getting sick now because they're just all not very smart. Gee whiz, I did something when I was younger. It's because I drank too much Pepsi Cola when I was a kid. Now I got raging ass cancer. Oh, it's my own fault. Or whatever. Injuries even. I broke my neck when I was 13, and that's the place that it hurts the most when I have extreme pain. But even it is like triggered. It'll be okay, and then all of a sudden it's just really freaking bad. And it takes a lot to, I'm incapacitated basically. But it comes on in a strange way. It's not a normal progression of, oh, I'm hurting. Oh, is that an airplane? We got a little bug right here. What a dumb bug. A little weird moth. Anyway. Yeah, and I feel it at my eyebrows too. The line on my forehead here that migrates up to my crown, my temples, where the pattern baldness and the waxy feeling of my skin is. Yeah, the toxic buildup of these top metals. The lumps all down the side of my head that break open into tiny little sores that get scabs and then fall off. But you know, usually don't bleed, but every once in a while do, and the swelling that comes out of my ears and will bleed from time to time. Same thing on this one, crust growing over them that you can't really see. It doesn't look like anything's happening until it gets bad. My eyebrows, the little sores come out, and they make little bleeds. It feels like little nodules are coming out of my eyebrows, and your hair and your nails are the same. It's the same thing on my feet. I mean, like, you know, they're like little tubers coming out on some of these. This one especially, and this one. And it's a swollen, infected plasma condition under the skin. I can see that at my feet because it's the lowest point on your body, and the metals are heavy, so they'll want to accumulate there naturally. But our immune system has to do what it can, and it puts them wherever it can, and in doing so creates a battery inside of us. Now, let me keep going here. Turn this off. The mud tub's outside. I've got the online tone generator. 54 hertz is an undertone of 432. And 11 up from that is a harmonic of 11. I went with 65. Those are both playing right now through the tube amp, because I figured that was probably the cleanest signal. So let's go check it out, shall we?
I'm a quarter inch off.
Oh no.
I didn't take my time enough right there on that measuring just now.
You might be able to compensate it somehow. Those are the new upholstery for the boat seats, for the cushions in there. They were old and thrashed. So here's what we got with that frequency. Oh, I can feel it. I think my mom's calling me again now. She doesn't know I'm recording. It seems like you're never a record. She comes say something. Whoa, that whirlpool just shot its way all the way across there. Except I need to bring the laptop out here so that I can mess with the frequencies. I don't think I have an audio cable long enough to go all the way up there. Oh yeah. I think that new stuff just came off my fingers. Yeah, look, as I push my hand in, more of the little stuff comes off of there. That's fresh coming right off of my skin. So you see that surface there is like ice. It looks like ice flows. That's a trip. Okay. See what happens with this finger. That water is hot as hell. Oh. Okay, I gotta go get a ground. Look at that. A little lower. You can see it more when it's at the top, but it impresses itself more into the water, I think, on that little lower. Okay, where do I have a wire at? It's probably back upstairs. Okay, so well, I guess I'll just in it right now, and I'll get my ground wires. I should have it handy. Oh, you know what? I'll just use the heater element wire. I've done that before. I'm sure it will work. Disconnect that and that. Okay, so wire, all ends on it. There's mud all on the bottom of here. That goes down in the mud. And we plug this one into not the cord. Plug this one into, look at that, right there, right into the ground. Free energy. All you gotta do is plug it into the earth. Who knew? It was so simple. Okay. Yeah. Very nice. Now we've got grounding through the mud to the earth through this mud. We've got frequency here, a harmonic of 11 off of the 432. I need to really mount the speaker solidly to this thing.